Yeah, guys, congratulations on the win, on turning this game around. I want to know what the message was from Mikel Arteta at half-time, because it was such an electric start to that second half.
Yeah, I think the team did great today, to come here and they played the way we played is amazing, not just because of the result. Of course, the most important thing is the 3 points, and we did it. But the most important thing, I think, was the way we react, to come back here against a tough opponent is always difficult, and we did it.
What a hit from you, Gabriel, as well. How important was the timing of your goal? Because it came just a couple of minutes after you went in front, just to give you that cushion of a lead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always expecting the ball there to appear to me to score, so I was a bit lucky in that moment. The ball was just in front of me. I just controlled and tried to put it in. And yeah, really happy with the performance.
And we saw your celebration. You had an Arsenal scarf around your neck. Does that just show how important every single win feels in this title race to these Arsenal fans?
Yeah, I mean, the support that they give us is amazing. We just want to say thank you for them to come here and support us the way that they did. And yeah, we are really happy with the results.
Gabriel, 6 goals in 4 games for you. That's as many as you scored in your previous 48 Arsenal games. What's been the key to this turnaround in form?
I think keep working, everyone at the club can tell you guys how I work every day, Not just me, everyone. But me personally, I don't give up, I always try. Obviously, it's not easy, to play for a big club like Arsenal. But like I said, I was playing good when I had the chance, but I was scoring, But now I think I can score, and then I could score, and then yeah, I'm very happy, and I want to keep scoring to help the team.
You've only got half a shirt left, so I'm glad you've got your jacket on. What happened there?
Yeah, that's it. That's Premier League, I don't want to talk about like fouls and stuff, but as you can see, and then the ref give a foul. I made the foul. How is possible? But it's okay. He'll be there always to try to fight for the ball and then fight for this huge club.
Without Saka in this team, is there a feeling amongst all of you attackers that you all need to chip in and raise your game as you try and replace his goals and creativity?
Yeah, I mean, I think no one can replace him. He's one of the best players in the world, but we know our potential and we know the team that we have. And yeah, we trust in ourselves, and we are going to try our best for the club and for B as well. I'm sure he's happy with the results.
You know what it takes to win a title, Gabriel? Do this team have what it takes?
Yeah, for sure, the previous 2 years was amazing, obviously we didn't win the league, but we was there fighting, and then to play in this competition is already hard. Imagine to fight for the title, like you say, I have been there, but as I can see, this team is spreading now, everyone is a good player, amazing player, and then I'm sure we can go there and fight for the title, but it's still early, we just need to keep trying to play well and then keep winning the game. That's it.
Well done, both of you. Congratulations on the victory to start the new year, and you are today's man of the match. Well done.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, Jules. Gabriel Jesus knew he was in a fight tonight. You can see half his shirt missing there, but a big smile on his face after getting on the score sheet, along with Gabriel Martinelli and Mikel Merino in that 3 in the Premier League. Brentford, though, is it concerning that the last 2 home defeats, though, against Forest and Arsenal, Karen?
Well, no, look at where Forest and Arsenal are in the Premier League. I thought they had a 15-20-minute period, Brentford, where they looked strong, but I thought Arsenal was superb. I mentioned earlier it was a mature performance. What Arsenal did really well was quiet the crowd. It was really quiet here. And we mentioned before the game that they've got 22 points here, Brentford. So this was a bit of a fortress. So it was difficult for them. But I thought tonight they got outclassed and physically dominated, and the best team won.
And Martin, you were adamant they had to step it up in the second half, which they did. Got those 2 goals in 3 minutes. And the first second half goal from yet another set piece, number 11 for the season.
Yeah, you wonder, don't you, where it's in the mind of the opponent now. And everybody, it looked very tetchy when the ball went in the box, a good ball in, and it was mayhem all of a sudden. Panic. He didn't really clear the ball. Moreno gets on the end of it. Initially it's aimed for him. He just spins on it. Keeper, doesn't do particularly well with it. And then this guy's quickly picked up the theme, brand new really at the club, but it doesn't matter. He knows that he's got that physical presence, and when it lands, he can't really miss from there. But they don't clear the ball, and you know, it's the quality that Arsenal keep on producing. This time, Waneri putting the ball in, no Saka, but it's another young man who's got that quality, and then it's the same outcome. Another goal. That's 11 now from set plays.
Yeah, such a weapon in their arsenal, shall we say?
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned it there when Aries on the corners. Bukayo usually takes those in swinging corners, and corners are all about the delivery. If the delivery's not right, it caused chaos. And first and second phase, Arsenal were straight onto it. But I'll keep going on about him. But I love young wingers and energy, and he was just brilliant tonight. But the delivery was spot on.
Yeah, very much involved. We'll talk more about Waneri, I'm sure, before we go. But the third goal then came from Martinelli, and how much did he need it?
Yeah, because people ask questions. It was interesting, both the guys who were interviewed at the end of the game, Jesus and Martinelli, they had to answer a few questions tonight, and they need to score goals. And we talked about enjoying the goal, taking your time on the finish. And this one is one of those where it comes to him, and I think he's got a bit of a while to think about this. But look, he's in no rush, great technique. He doesn't take the leather off it. He doesn't really smash it. He just gets to make sure it's on target, keeps his head down, good technique, and he's buried it. And I think that's a really important goal for him. The floodgates may open for him now. He needs to score more goals. He needs to keep answering those questions, as does Jesus. No Havertz in the group tonight, so it's really important that they stood up.
It's a good response to any questions about whether he can step up with Saka not being in the side at the moment. Do you think he can get better?
I mean, I've said Arsenal need to go and get another left winger, and a lot of people might say that's pretty harsh on Martinelli, but he might be 23, but he's also played 145 times in the Premier League. So for me now, this is your time. You've got to step up, and particularly with Saka out. And tonight he has, but you have to keep doing that. I mentioned every game now, with those games that he's played, and he's experienced. I know he's only 23, but he's experienced. He has to be the guy that creates a goal, score a goal. And he's done that today. He's got to keep doing that. And if he doesn't, I think Arsenal will have to say, look, we've got Saka on the right when he comes back fit. He's our star guy. Got to have someone else on the other side that gives us the same output. If we want to win the Premier League, second is not good enough for us. So exactly as much as that's harsh from me saying that, but to get to that level, got to have more output, and he 100%. Can, and he needs that push.
And the manager wants that, doesn't he? That's the perfect answer tonight for the manager. And both those players do a lot of unforeseen work, but the cutting edge is scoring the goals at the vital moments. And they've done that tonight. Another game at the weekend, guys. You know, within a few more days, you're back there again.
Another away game.
Another away game. You don't live off that for long. If you want to be champions, you get back and you get on with the job. And I think their focus, that was the important thing, second half. Came out of the box, flew out the blocks second half. Obviously, the manager was in their ear. You know, just stepped it up. The desire, the determination's all there. You know, but they're up against Liverpool. We know that they're an outstanding unit, as Man City once were. So, you know, just got to keep doing their job, keep winning their matches.
And you've spoken about him already, but Ethan Waneri's first Premier League start tonight, Karen. How special do you think he is?
It just makes me smile, because even this positivity, you know, okay, he's gone on the outside there, we know he's left-footed, but I love this. He's just brave, he's bold. Someone so young as well, jinxes it, drops a shoulder, nice tidy there, kept it tidy. Especially in your own half, you have to keep the ball. You can't give the ball away in your own half. This, when you cross the second half, second part of the pitch, go and do what you want. Be positive, be brave, take people on. Okay, 2 times now on the outside, just get that cross right, that crossing situation good. And this here then, obviously overlapping run, good ball in. And this was the goal, and he was keen it. You mentioned the corner, he was mentioned there for Martinelli's goal. Love this little jinx through. Now, at this point now, just pop it off to Ødegaard. You know, that's the next level. Don't give the ball away in that situation now. But for a young man, I thought he was outstanding. He's positive, and he's just a joy to watch. And I can't believe how young he is, and he will be an absolute player for Arsenal.
And there's a whole lot more to come.
Get more opportunities, though, Martin, to show what he can do in 2025 now.
Oh, he's definitely going to get those chances with Saka not being available. He's been using him regularly with Ødegaard now, bringing him off in games. It's all there under the bonnet waiting to come out. This is a really exciting prospect for Arsenal. Another kid out of the academy. Lewis Skelly as well, another one playing a part again tonight. It's really important that you have those players in the team, in the group, you know, demonstrating the quality coming through the academy.
Well, Arsenal did not lose a London derby in the last calendar year, and they've started this year in exactly the same manner. Mikel Arteta's side coming from a goal down here against Brentford to win 3-1. They're 6 points behind Liverpool in the table now, and we'll hear from Mikel Arteta when we come back.
Waits in the middle, Damsgaard on the edge of the area, and Bauer! Brentford can't find a way out. Partey hit one! Good save! But now it's in! And it's Gabriel Jesus! The keeper came and punched, but it wasn't convincing. And that's in! Marino with the goal! And Arsenal have turned this all around! Waneri with the cross. It came beautifully to Martinelli, who has thumped that one home. 2 quick-fire goals, and 3-1 they lead.
A big win here against Brentford to start the year for Arsenal. They had to come from a goal down, but they've won 3-1, and that moves them above Nottingham Forest into second in the table. 6 points behind Liverpool. The Reds, though, have that game in hand against Everton. It's 2 home defeats in a row for the Bees now. Brentford staying 12th in the table on 24 points at the moment. Martin with a little glint in his eye, seeing Tottenham and Man United in the bottom half there, Martin.
I can't believe you're saying that. So they're closer to the bottom 4 than the top 4, that's what you're saying. Who would have said that at the start of the season? I had Spurs to make it into the top 4, Manchester United. Next one up is Liverpool at Anfield, so it don't get any easier when you're in trouble.
It certainly does not. Well, we're going to hear now from Thomas Frank, because he's been speaking to Jules.
Thomas, you knew it was going to be a tough match here to start the year, but after going ahead, how did the match get away from you today?
No, I think we did a lot of things right. I think overall it was a good performance. I think first half was extremely good. I thought I really liked the way we played. I thought we were very, very brave on the ball. Created some good opportunities in the phase 1 and got out of the pressure quite easy. And I also think we were brave in the high pressure as well. And I think we defended well low. So overall, I think we did well. It was the fineness of margins that we need to do better. Of course, we score a great goal, and just before the equaliser, it is like this. Then we are 2-0 up. I know it was a mistake from David, but still, it's a small margin, it's 2-0, different game. But anyway, we need to do better on the 1-1 goal. If we want to beat Arsenal, that are the second best team in the country right now, been that the last 3 seasons, one of the best teams in Europe, we need to do everything right, or close to. And we could have done better in the first one. I think the second one is a corner. They only had 3 corners, so not too much. And I need to look more into it. But again, they're very good at it. And I said it before, I think probably the best team in the world to do that. It's something we need to learn from them. No doubt about that. And then the last one, also think we can do a bit better. So overall, happy with the performance. We played against a top team that just punished us in 3 moments.
With Brentford's away form being what it is and having a game away at Southampton next, how disappointing is it to now have back-to-back home defeats where you have been so strong?
I think that today we play a top team. You can't expect just to beat Arsenal today, but we did very well, so that's just a performance. It happens. Nottingham Forest, I think, was a little bit different. I would love to have more out of that game. So, and away from is just one thing until the next game.
A new year for Brentford will once again see you trying to hold on to some of your key players now that this January transfer window is open. Will one of your biggest tasks being to keep hold of Brian Mbeumo, who once again showed his quality today?
Brian was really good. I thought he scored a fantastic goal. Really pleased with that, and I think his performances and quality, he really showed that today. For me, it shouldn't be a problem to hold him.
Thanks, Thomas.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thomas Frank, always so measured, even in defeat, spoke about the lessons they'll learn from today against such a top side, but also about how good they were in that first half, Karen, because they started so well.
Yeah, they did. Obviously took the lead and at times playing through Arsenal, especially out from the goal kicks. But this is where they played well. Obviously changed tactically, brought an extra body in midfield, and then Bisson and Burma up top. And then this is when he's at his best, peeling off to the right-hand side, not tight enough Calafiori. And then he chops in, use the defender as well, because then he's only got that one side which he can keep it low on De Gea, and it's a great finish. But this was the bright start, and this is what they were always going to do: compact, spread out wide, and be brave 1v1. And this was their threat, and they were clinical. But this was the only real opportunity I felt they had. And after that, then Arsenal started to get a grip into the game. But he's right; he's the best player. I'm not sure that many people might want him, but if he's under contract, you can't let him go, and he's their star player on Burma. So he's a great player, and they want to hold on to him.
They certainly will. They coped really well with the loss of Ivan Toney. How would they cope if they were to lose him?
They wouldn't want to lose him, and they certainly wouldn't want to lose their manager, Thomas Frank. I think he's outstanding manager. Really understands his players well. You could see there he might be disappointed. He hid that well. He was happy with their performance. It was almost nearly the perfect job today. You think of what they did up until the Arsenal equaliser, the way that they managed the game, kept possession really well. He put in layers on this club from, it's their fourth season now. 3 seasons, they were strong. 4th season, he's going again. Great record here. He's realistic as well. He knows that Arsenal were a different class in the end, and his players, he knows what they're capable of. And Arsenal were just too good in the second half.
Yeah, they've got a good opportunity to bounce back in their next game. They're away at Southampton, but it gets really hard for them then, Karen, at home, doesn't it? They've got Man City to come, Liverpool and Tottenham all visiting here.
I mean, look, like you said, Southampton there, that's a game you'd be looking at. And, not disrespectful, I know they've changed the manager, but you want to be getting 3 points out of that game. City, again, you flick a coin. The form that they've been in of late, and obviously no one really wants to play Liverpool at the moment, but take each game as it comes for them. But I'm not concerned. I think they've got enough in the front line. And I think, as you mentioned, they've got a top manager, and I think they'll be fine.
And then he spoke as well, Thomas Frank, about the fine margins, because they very nearly went 2-0 up. There was a mistake from Raya, which he reacted really well to stop the ball going in the back of the net. And then Arsenal, 55 seconds later, Martin, we're at 1-1.
Yeah, and that's how games are here, end-to-end games. Raya wouldn't have wanted to make that mistake. It would have been highly embarrassed, wouldn't he, coming back to his old club. Didn't play here last season when he was on loan. And then it's Jesus, that poacher's goal, the fox in the box, whatever you want to call it. He's not been getting that type of goal, but they smothered their opponent here, Arsenal. And Partey had a few efforts at goal, and look at the way he reacts first.
Does that show how confident he is at the moment?
It certainly shows how he's sniffing out chances, and he's looking to get those goals. He reacts first, but he's the most aware player on the pitch here. The defender doesn't get there, and in the end, that early reaction from him makes it an easy finish. And these goals are really important for Arsenal. They need someone to keep putting there. You look at the biggest rivals, we look to the league table, Salah has got ridiculous numbers. Arsenal needs someone to start putting the ball in the back of the net, and this guy suddenly turned up.
And they need to keep sharing them around the team as well. Well, it was a big win for Arsenal. So let's hear from Mikel Arteta. He's been speaking to Jules.
Mikel, congratulations. What could have been a tricky game to start the year, you ensured victory with what was a brilliant start to the second half. What pleased you the most about the overall performance?
Well, we won in a really difficult stadium and against a really good opponent. And you see the record that they have here is incredible. When you go 1-0 down as well, it makes it even harder. But the team showed a lot of composure, a lot of willingness to change the game, a lot of desire to do it in the way we have to do and navigate through difficult moments, because it's going to happen.
How key was it to get those 2 goals in the second half in quick succession, the way you did, just to give you that cushion?
Yeah, we started really fast, really aggressive. We were very clinical there, and again, adapting. Again, today we had certain injuries, sickness to the team. We have to play other players. We have Ethan making a debut in the Premier League at 17 years old in this stadium. So, good.
Gabriel Jesus as well scored now 6 goals in 4 games. That's as many as he scored in his previous 48 Arsenal appearances. How key is it that you have him firing?
Yeah, it's very important. We won our front line in the best moment. Today Martinelli scored, Mikel scored in the back of a set piece as well. So, you know, we have to distribute the goals that we have done. When you look in the last calendar year, how many people have scored goals for us? That's our strength.
You mentioned Ethan Nwaneri, just 17 years old. Any team is going to miss a player of Bukayo Saka's quality, but how well did he fill that position today?
Really good. But in training, you know, it gives us all the right reasons. If we would have signed that player from any country, he would be playing. So he's an academy player. He needs to play because he deserves it.
You have another game before Liverpool play next. With the run that they're on, how important does every single match feel to take maximum points in?
Yeah, we can only do what is in our hands, which is to perform as best as we can and win games, and the rest is not anything to do with us.
I think you know what I might ask you next. The January transfer window is open. What are Arsenal's plans?
At the moment is to keep looking after our players, getting the best out of them, and let's see if there is an opportunity, we'll look at it. But at the moment, the focus is our players, that they are really good.
And with a performance like that today from your attacking players, did the likes of Nwaneri, Gabriel Jesus scoring goals now, did that show that perhaps you don't need to dip into the market in those positions?
Depends on the game, depends if we score or not, the narrative, you know. I really like my players, I really value what we have because it's a lot of quality and a lot of commitment from all of them, and we are really good with what we have.
Well done today, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Mikel Arteta not committing too much on the plans for the January transfer window, Martin. It is open, though. If you could strengthen in just one position, what would it be?
Goodness, it'd probably be in the wide positions, but then you're shutting the door on Nwaneri. So there's some big decisions to make. But, you know, if you don't buy the players for this group, then you're not doing the disservice that you really want to give them, because you want to give them success, and it might have to come from outside. There's a lot in the group, there's no doubt. But there, you know, with that injury to Saka, if you imagine Salah gets the equivalent injury at Liverpool, their numbers change massively. So, you know, he may have to go into the market because he's only 17 years of age, this kid. I mean, as well as he's done today, he may want to buy in a wide area with a kind of an inside forward, somebody who can play wide and plays down the middle. But everyone will be looking for that type of player, but certainly Arsenal would improve them.
They're 6 behind Liverpool now, Liverpool with that game in hand, of course. But he spoke about only been able to do what they can do, Karen, but they've only lost twice all season. So they've just got to keep up with that level of consistency now.
I think he was spot on, and when we've been listening to Mikel Arteta for the last month or so, he's been really calm. You know, like I said, this is 2 years now they've done these title races. This is their 3rd one now. He knows he's just got to stay in the hunt. He's right. There's nothing he can do. They're behind. They're chasing Liverpool. They just got to do what they can do. And I think he knows the way he answered. They will be going into January, and they have to. Whether Saka was fit or not, they've got to chase down. And for the last 2 seasons, they've come second with the group. They have to buy more to go to first. So they're the next fixtures, big fixtures ahead of them. It's going to be difficult, busy period. Chopping and changing the squad will be important to keep everyone fit and fresh.
A lot of games. And he made it clear
defining games.
Yeah, defining games. Late in competition, semi-final there. Manchester United again, obviously what that game brings. And then staying in the race for the league and the Champions League to finish off those 2 extra games that we have now in the Champions League. But he made it very clear there that he loves his players. And he talked about culture on the training pitch. And if you do well in training, you play. And that's rewarding for the youngster tonight. I think that's a big story for him, a big plus for him, that he's almost made a new signing tonight by introducing a player from the academy. That takes some of the pressure off, but I still think they'll go into the market.
Yeah, big performance from him. Karen, Martin, thank you very much for your company. It is a winning start to the new year for Arsenal. We're back on Saturday with some more Premier League football, this time from North London, as Tottenham welcome Newcastle. Join us from 11 o'clock for all the build-up to that one. But the festive celebrations may be over. The good news, though, there is definitely plenty of Premier League drama to come.